All right, so I'm test driving the Honda HR-V. All right, you see me, I'm just driving or cruising around the streets, checking it out. So this is the Honda HR-V, not to be confused with the Honda CR-V. They're both great vehicles. This one right here, as you can see, I'm turning on the corners. It handles the road really well. It's closer to the ground than the CR-V, and it gives you more of a greater feel against the road. That's one of the things that I like about this vehicle. As you can see, there's a lot of space. It almost seems like I'm inside of a Honda CR-V, but I'm not. I'm in an HR-V. Really cool car. So I'm just gonna keep on cruising down the street and seeing how this car operates against the road. Now, when I go across bumps, as you can see, I could feel it a little bit, but not so much. This vehicle is excellent at absorbing the shock of the road, which is pretty cool, especially like when you live in a place. Here goes another one. All right, I felt that, okay? So it absorbed a lot of the shock of the road, but I still can feel the vehicle, especially when I turn. One of the great features of this vehicle. Now I'm gonna get off on this exit right here and see how this vehicle is. So I'm just gonna get off over here, make a turn. Now, one thing, I'm in this vehicle and it seems that I'm really low to the ground. It seems like I'm kind of sunk into the vehicle. The doors are come up kind of high, which is okay. It makes me feel kind of protected, but it also takes away from the viewing area. I don't really have that many blind spots, but it does kind of seem like I can't see all around the vehicle a little bit, but it's only an illusion. So far I'm liking this vehicle. I'm about to turn the vehicle on this road right here and see how well the turning radius is in this vehicle and how it handles. Now let's look at it. It was pretty average, not like a smaller vehicle, but it turned pretty well. Like it. Let's see how it stops. Okay, I'm gonna press the brakes. Very gradual. Good job, Honda. All right, so the braking, like when I had to brake right here, it braked very gradual, which is a plus, because sometimes you get vehicles and it's kind of jerky, and you don't like a vehicle that it jerks, and you like it to be very smooth. So I'm gonna turn right here. Let me see the turning radius again on this vehicle. Oh, really nice. Going over a couple of bumps. I kind of bumped a little bit too much there for my liking, but it was all right. So I like this vehicle. I'm going to give a test drive part 2 with this vehicle, and I want you to really pay attention to the next one. I'm going to be like doing a little bit of acrobat with this vehicle per se, not really acrobat, but I'm going to be testing a little bit more aggressive than I did this time. So that's the Honda HR-V. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just going to keep on test driving this vehicle. Don't forget to check for part 2. Thanks a lot for watching. All right, this is part 2 of test driving the Honda HR-V. All right, now I'm test driving this vehicle. All right, so I'm gonna take this for another spin because this is part 2. We already did part 1. I have to figure out how to turn off this. All right, cool. Turn off the windshield wipers. Now that became annoying. So I'm just gonna take it around. If you were viewing in part 1, I took it for a little test drive, like on the freeway. Hey, there's a speed bump right there. Look at that. Just drives over it so smoothly. This vehicle actually absorbs a lot of the shock, and it's really important, especially like if you're in the city. Now the HR-V is different from the CR-V. It's a smaller vehicle. It's has more of a car-like feel, but it's not technically a car. I don't even know what you call it. You can't really call it an SUV or anything like that. So you just call it a blah. That's what I call it. I call it a blah. All right, because you can't really decide what it is. Now I'm just gonna come around this corner really quick and see how it hugs the corner to a degree. All right, here goes a stop sign. Now I'm gonna stop right here. Let's see how this goes. Again, very smooth. Now this car isn't very heavy, but I am really appreciating how smoothly this vehicle stops at stop signs. All right, that's one thing to take note of. Really cool. All right, now I'm gonna come to another stop sign and see how it is. This time I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Now let's see how it stops. Very well, very well, very responsive. All right, so that's one thing I like about the vehicle. All right, I'm gonna adjust the steering wheel a little bit. All right, so it's a little bit more comfortable. Cool, cool, cool. Now I'm just gonna drive and wait for someone to get out of the way. All right, and I am just gonna be driving. All right, really nice vehicle. All right, gonna come up underneath here. Now I'm gonna go around a couple of streets just to get a better feel of this. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn right here. Here goes another stop sign to see how well it stops. Pretty cool. Now take a look at this vehicle. There's a lot of space in here for this being such, you know, I'm not gonna call it SUV, I'm just gonna call it an HRV. There's a lot of space back here, as you can see. A lot of space up here. Leg room is somewhat, headroom is something to not be ignored. There is a lot of headroom in this vehicle. All right, myself, I have a big head, and I need a lot of headroom in here so I'm not bonkering all over the place. It's really cool. Got the cruise control on. I want to turn that off because I'm not cruising anywhere. I'm like just driving around town, you know, seeing what's crack-a-lacking. All right, so I'm gonna wait so I can turn. Now, one thing I want to test is the acceleration of this vehicle. All right, one thing, I'm in a city, right, and I need to accelerate, and I don't need to go fast. I just need to accelerate from time to time, very quickly, to get through. And it's very average. Not to complain, but it can get me out of certain situations that I probably need to get out of sometimes. You know, live in the city, you know, things can happen, and I need to get out of certain situations. So it does have somewhat decent acceleration. All right, it's not anything to brag about. It's not a Ferrari, not a Porsche. It's a Honda HRV. All right, so it is what it is. I'm gonna turn this corner. Tight cornering is a must, okay? Tight cornering in a big city is a must, and this vehicle definitely turns a tight corner really well. All right, it's not like a Honda Civic where it can turn on the, you know, at the drop of a dime, but it does pretty well for it being such a larger vehicle, a heavier vehicle with a wheelbase that's a little bit larger. It does pretty well. So let's go over the speed bump. Let's see how it handles the speed bump, okay? Pretty well. You know, didn't make me knock back and forth, but pretty well. So I'm just driving around here. Get a stop sign, wait for a person walking across with his dog. All right, I'm just gonna turn right here. Gonna head on down the street. All right, so this is pretty cool. So that was my test drive part 2. Coming to a stop sign. I'm not gonna bore you all, but the vehicle's pretty well. If you have an Honda HRV, tell me what your experience is with this vehicle. Do you like it? Let me know. All right, that's part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. All right, thanks a lot for watching. All right, this is part 3 of the test drive of the 2019 Honda HRV. Really great car. I'm just gonna take this around the block right here. Made a stop right here. I'm just gonna cruise on down the block right here, get back on the freeway, and I want to test out the acceleration. I have to get back up on here, so I have to test out the acceleration to see how I get on to the freeway, which is relatively good. Like I did before, I tried before. It's not the great and nothing to write home about, but I was able to get up on to the freeway nice and safely, like with this vehicle. All right, I'm gonna try to change lanes and see how smooth that is really here. Very, very responsive with changing lanes. That's one thing I like about a vehicle that is responsive with changing lanes. I mean, you need to get over really fast, and a vehicle that can do that. Oh, here goes a bump right here. Let's see how this, oh, did you see how the vehicle just absorbed the shock very easily? Now I'm coming up on traffic, so I'm being stop and go in a few seconds. Let's see how this vehicle is able to maneuver, because I need to get through traffic and I can't be stopped right here forever. So I'm coming up to right here, and I'm coming to a slow, very gradual and smooth. All right, we're coming to a gridlock, rush hour, part 3 of the test drive of the Honda HR-V. It's the sister of the Honda CR-V. All right, both great cars. I'm coming up in traffic, and because I'm in economy mode, this vehicle will save me gas, and I need to save gas, especially like if I'm sitting in the vehicle in stop and go traffic for a lot. I need to save as much gas as I can. I don't want to go get empty and be stuck in good weather. So I'm just gonna keep on driving and let you know the experience. And like I said, like in part 1 and part 2, there's a lot of space in this vehicle as far as headroom goes, and as far as, well, you know, looking around, there's, you know, you can fit a family in here if you want to. However, there's not much in terms of leg room. Leg room is not one of the good things about this vehicle. It has enough headroom, but not enough leg room. Headroom, but not enough leg room. But, you know, it works. You know, I just need to get to where I'm going. So, I mean, I'm not gonna like sleep in the car. At least I hope not. So, yes, there's not much leg room in here, not to the side or down, like stretching out. You won't be able to stretch out, which could be very uncomfortable if you're going for a long trip, or in my case, sitting in traffic for a long time. But, you know, all is all, you know, it's a good vehicle. As far as if you're a smaller person, this vehicle probably be great for you. If you're a taller person, not so much. I mean, it may be good for, you know, getting to and fro short distances, like say for instance work or whatnot. You know, if this is what you need, you know, it could do that. But I would not recommend this vehicle for a taller person or a larger person. I'm not that large from side to side, but I can assume that this vehicle wouldn't be the perfect vehicle for a person who was larger from side to side. But it is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you can deal with it, you can deal with it. But that's just my thought, my opinion. But yeah, I'm just gonna cruise on the street. Looks like traffic is moving, and I might be able to scoot on down the road. Yeah, I'm gonna try to move in here. Let's see if some people are, you know, gonna let me get over in my vehicle. Let's see if I'll be able to get over. Let's check this out. All right, somebody let me in. All right, all is good in the neighborhood. All right, cruising down. I hope no one's honking the horn at me. All right, sorry, I'm just being a good neighbor. All right, I'm gonna turn really quick, and this is part 3 of the Honda HR-V. So let me know what your experience is with this vehicle. All right, I'm signing off. You guys have a good one. Take care. All right, see ya.